What's going on, guys? So I just got off the phone with my PR team, and they were telling me not to make a statement, but it's weighing so heavily on my mind that I feel like I have to. Um, since I started uploading videos on YouTube, there has been a person that keeps disliking my videos. It doesn't matter what the video's about, doesn't matter what it is, but all of my videos, my recent videos, have one dislike, and I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired. Why don't you like me? Everybody loves me. Why would you dislike my video? This is a message to the this is a message to the person disliking my videos. I will track you down, and I will ground you personally by tracking down your IP address and taking away your phone privileges. This is your final warning. Take back your dislikes, or I will tell your mother. So now with that out of the way, I'm sure you've seen tweets or TikToks or have heard about the movie 365 Days on Netflix. At the time that I watched it, it was trending number 2 in the US. I'm sure it's dropped down further by the time I finally publish this video. But the thing is, the movie sucks. The only reason that it is so popular is because it is literally just a Polish 50 Shades. But the movie itself is terrible, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it. So guess what we're going to do today? We're going to talk about it. So the movie starts with this gangster family on top of a building by the beach, talking business, obviously human trafficking, cool. The dad just walks away from the meeting, brings in his henchmen, and then goes and talks to his son, who is very creepily watching a woman by the beach through binoculars. So then the dad sees her, and he's like, oh, like, let's objectify women for 10 seconds. He's like, haha, I love you, dad. And the dad's like, you'll take over this business one day. And then he gets shot. Yep, he gets shot through the chest, and then it hits his son in the torso. And I'm gonna get a little nitpicky here, but there are no other buildings around this building on the beach. If you look at the establishing shots before and after, there's nowhere else from above that he would get shot from. Who shot him? God? God shot the dad dead? God finally stepped in and killed this gangster dude? It doesn't make sense. And all these questions I have, and if you have questions about why the dad is dead, who killed him, for what reason, just hold on to them, because we're never going to talk about it again. That's it. His dad's dead. Move on. And right after they play this song that I feel like isn't very fitting to my dad just died, a father just got killed. I think you should know that I won't let it go. The song's kind of poppy, you know, like I'm doing a little dance to it. I'm doing a little one of these. Like, yeah, dad's dead. Let's go. So then we cut to 5 years later. They throw us in these offices, and it's the main character, Laura, and the son from earlier, and they're doing work stuff, and I got really bored, and they never really say anything. They're just like, this dude's a gangster. She does business somehow. I don't know. I don't really care. I skipped it. So then the son is on a plane back to Italy with his gangsters, and then his henchman, his right-hand man or whatever, tells him, hey, we lost a shipment of cocaine. He's like, okay. And then the air hostess sucks him off in the back of the plane, and he doesn't say anything about the cocaine. He just gets a nice little BJ. And the sorry. And the girl character, Laura, is playing Animal Crossing in her room or something. I don't know what girls do alone, so something like that probably. The girl and her boyfriend go on this trip to Italy, like a double date kind of, for her birthday. And the boyfriend sings the best happy birthday that I've ever heard. Tanti auguri a te. Laura walks away and bumps into the son, who appears and disappears into thin air. So I guess he's like an Italian Batman. Batmanini.
Are you lost, baby girl?
Next day, it's Laura's birthday, and her boyfriend didn't hang out with her. I don't know where he was. And so then she dumps him and runs away, and then it gets dark, and she's walking around Italy all scared. And then Italian Batman shows up and kidnaps her. She wakes up in his room, you know, like you do on most Italy trips. You end up in a very handsome, rich gangster's room. They start talking, and Batmanini reveals that she was the girl in the beginning that he was watching through the binoculars, and he fell in love with her on the day that his dad died. And then he gives her a year to give her the chance to fall in love with him. I want you to think about that. I want you to take that line and soak in it a little bit. Just understand it. So then Laura's like, no, I'm not an object. You kidnapped me. And then she tries to run away in literally the 3 worst escape attempts that I've ever seen. And then the 2 henchmen come in. They're like, yo, Batmanini, got a delivery for you. Turns out there's no delivery. UPS isn't there. If he wasn't creepy enough already, he goes into a bat cave, a literal cave where there's a man chained up to a boulder. And he just threatens his entire existence. He says that he will be wiped off the face of the earth, erased. So, pretty sexy, huh? So then Laura has the worst escape attempt so far, clocking in at number 4, where her 40-yard dash time would be absolutely terrible. And then she witnesses Batmanini put a bullet in the back of this dude's head. And then she faints. I don't know if it's because she saw cold-blooded murder or because it was super, super hot. She wakes up the next morning, and he's just sitting there, creepily watching her, like the creep that he is. And then he says,
It's one of the advantages of being a boss.
I don't know why that line cracks me up so much. I think it's just because I think about like a boss, like all those old memes from like 2012. Like, dude, it's not even ironic. He's being so serious. I don't know. Is that dumb? It's probably dumb. Batmanini tells her that they're gonna go shopping, and at first she's reluctant. And then we get a shopping montage. Like, she seems happy to be spending all this money. Are we just glossing over the fact that she's there against her will in a shopping montage? So then Batmanini, as usual, gets super creepy with it. And then she tries to attempt her 5th escape attempt and goes to 2 police officers. And she tells them what happened. And they're on Batmanini's payroll. And then she's like, I want my phone. I want my laptop. I'm not going to fall in love with you until I get those. And then, since he kidnapped her, he's just like, cool, here, take your stuff. And she calls her mom. And she's like, hey, mom, no, everything's all good. I got a job in Italy. She didn't witness a murder. She didn't get kidnapped against her own will. She's not, being pampered by a literal gangster. No, she's fine. So then the next day they go to Rome. And she starts teasing him and giving him a hard time because she knows what he wants. And it's this cat and mouse game, and it's supposed to make you like, oh, are they going to do it? I don't know if they're going to do it. But people are quick to forget that this dude has killed a person in front of her before. I wouldn't be pressing his buttons. Batmanini, he doesn't play around. He'll put the spaghetti to dead Eddie. Then she teases him to a point that he literally chains her up and then brings in another girl to give him the 2-handed wombo combo gyuk gyuk sucky duck and makes her watch. Have I been doing things wrong my entire life? Is that what girls like? Is that what girls like? Then they go clubbing, and he gets mad at her for wearing an outfit, and then she starts hanging out with this creepy dude to make him jealous. And then Batmanini pulls out the 9 on this creep when he starts creeping on Laura. And then we just cut to them on a boat. Not sure what the point of that was. On the boat, Laura and Batmanini get in an argument because she shouldn't have done that. That was the business partner of the family. And his solution to him being a creep was shooting his hands off. Just gangster things. Another thing, I don't know if it's their accents, and I'm not saying that I could have done any better, but the line delivery in this movie just is so off sometimes.
I'm sorry, I didn't think.
Yeah, you didn't think.
What's going on? Did you kill him?
It's none of your business.
You killed him.
I can't really place it. It just doesn't sound right. So then she walks away and... What? How is she drowning? It's been 3 seconds. So then she wakes up from almost dying somehow, and she's like, oh my god, you saved me. And that's all it took. They get to banging for 3 minutes. I don't know what you expected. That's the whole point of this movie. So we get a nice little boner montage. I couldn't even get myself to say it. So then after that, we just forgot all about the kidnapping. They're all good. They're in love. They're happy. So you know what that means. Makeover montage! So then after they get all prettied up, they go to a masquerade ball. And they have a long, sensual dance that definitely doesn't last too long and doesn't make you uncomfortable when you're watching it. Then Batmanini's ex-girlfriend shows up, named Anna, and she's like, oh, like, is this your new girl? And Batmanini's like, yep. And he's like, you need to get out of here. I don't want to be with you anymore. And she's like, well, I'm going to kill her. And he's like, what? And then she walks away. Then Laura comes up and she's like, what just happened? What did she say to you? And Batmanini's like, I can't tell you what she said to me. And Laura's like, tell me what she said to you. And he's like, she said she's gonna kill you. And then Laura leaves. And you know, that's how people are. You know, this movie knows how people would react to those kind of things. Then they're in the bathroom and they do the freaky, and then he says he's sending her back to Poland like she wanted to check in on friends and family, and she gets mad at him about that for some reason. And then he says he loves her, and then he leaves. I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore. So then she goes back to Poland and she meets up with the friend that she had left in Italy, however long ago that was, whenever she was with her boyfriend. And she tells her the entire story of Batmanini. And the girl's like, oh my God, like, who is it? Like, I want to know what he looks like how he is. And just reacts to it normally. And am I missing something? Am I the weirdo here for thinking that this is really weird and no person would react like that? Like, if my friend told me that, I wouldn't be like, who is it? I'd be like, calling the police. Makeover montage! They go clubbing and her ex shows up and tries to get her back, and she says no for some reason, even though this dude is freaking amazing. He talks her ear off all the way to her leaving the club and going to her apartment, and when they open the door, guess who's there? Batmanini. She flips out on him for a grand total of 3 seconds, and then they get back to the main plot of the movie, being a porno. And at the end, she rips open his shirt and sees a bunch of bruises. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's cheating. I wonder what she's gonna say to him.
I don't need 365 days because I love you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and question it anymore. I'm done trying to make sense of this movie. I give up because the very next scene he proposes, and she says yes.
You're wearing a hat inside. What's going on here? Is math related to science? Why does she love him?
Wait. Is that a shopping montage? So then they go to their friend's wedding, and Batmanini is finally introduced to Laura's parents. And before they walk up, she goes, hey, please make up a lie about what you do for work because I don't want you to worry my parents. And he says this.
I'm a gangster.
So what are your intentions with our daughter?
Only the evil ones.
And they're fine with it. You know, it's awesome. It really makes all the sense. Every single sense it makes. So then during breakfast, Laura asks Batmanini if her friend Olga from Poland can come to the wedding, and he says yes. And then she comes, and she's finally like, this is really weird. You're pregnant. This seems really rushed. And then Laura's like, he doesn't know that I'm pregnant. And then she's like, okay, whatever. But like, I'm not really comfortable with this. And then Laura goes dress shopping for the wedding. She picks out a dress. And then Olga comes up and she's like, yeah, okay, like, it's fine. We'll take care of the baby. You know, because everyone's really good at standing their ground in this movie. I guess it's just the power of wedding dresses. So then on the way home from the wedding dresses, Laura decides to call Batmanini and tells him that they're going to talk after dinner. Probably going to tell him that she's pregnant. And then one of the old henchmen gets a call from some random guy saying, hey, they're about to kill Laura. So we get this intense scene where the old henchman is running. Excuse me. We get this intense scene where the old henchman is trying to get to Batmanini and tell him the news. And then Laura's car goes into a tunnel and she's dead. Was it, one of Batmanini's enemies? Was it Anna, the crazy ex-girlfriend? Was it the people that killed his father? Who knows? We don't, because the movie's over. Yep, that's how the movie ends. Laura and her innocent friend die while she's pregnant, and Batmanini is forever broken, crying, and then we roll the credits. Pretty bummer ending. I just wish we could have gotten at least one more makeover montage. So yeah, the movie made pretty much no sense looking at it as a film. But if you look at it for what it is, it's just supposed to be a guilty pleasure, something that you put on when you're Netflix and chilling, or whatever the kids are saying these days. And for that, it's fine. It's fun. It had its funny moments. It was like interesting to watch. But it took me 5 days to sit through because I was watching it by myself and I literally could not care less for the movie. But I just don't understand why it was so popular on Netflix. I think it's more because of the shock value that it had, because you didn't see a lot of movies like that. aside from like Love that released on Netflix and everybody's talking about the first 10 seconds, which I watched with my mom coincidentally. Just the first 10 seconds. I didn't know what it was. She was just on Netflix. It's getting weird, dude. It's getting weird. I need to stop. But anyways, thank you guys for making it through this long video. I think it's going to be longer than my usual videos, just because I had a lot to talk about. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you didn't, then you're not here right now, so I have nothing to say to you. Hopefully I'll catch you guys next time, and thank you for watching EJTLive. Bye.